Hello, and welcome to 2020 Virtual Vacation Bible School Science Time. Today, we will learn about friction. What is friction? Friction is the action of one surface or object rubbing against another. For instance, friction is low when you slide on ice, and friction is high when you slide your foot on a rough sidewalk. Let's see how that works. You will need a surface that can be cleaned easily. Ask an adult to let you use a metal cookie sheet. You will need things that are slippery and things that are rough. Also, a block of wood or hard plastic. A plastic action figure or other toy will do, but one that does not have any cloth on it. Not a round toy, but one that has edges to it. Use the same toy for each experiment on friction. To begin, ask your adult to wet a cookie sheet with water and put it into the freezer for an hour or two. This will give it a thin layer of ice. Put a block of wood at one end of the cookie sheet and lift that end up. See how high you can lift it. Before it slides, and then measure it. It went up about 4.5 inches. Using a ruler, measure how high you lifted the end of the cookie sheet. Record the height. And you notice I used a glove so that the cookie sheet didn't freeze my hand. Now, take a piece of sandpaper and put it on the cookie sheet. I like to tape it so that it stays put. See? And then try it again with the same block of wood. Oh, look how high it went, and it's still not falling. Wow. That went up about 11 inches. This is rough. Okay, so measure the height and record it. All right. Try other things to see if they have high friction, like sandpaper, or low friction, like the icy cold cookie sheet. Things that you can use are a dry washcloth. Wow, there's a lot of friction in a dry washcloth. Wow, that went up a foot. This is rougher than sandpaper. How about if I wet the washcloth? Let's see what that's like. Okay. Just about the same as a dry one. Let's see what else we could use. Just water. Water's slippery. Is aluminum foil slippery? washcloth, but not as slippery as water. How about wax paper? This wax paper is bleached wax paper. So let's try that. I did turn this over because one side was wet, so I was using the dry side. Don't want to mix up my experiment. Pretty slippery. Let's try unbleached wax paper. Pretty slippery. Wow. Let's try soap. Pretty cool. How about we try margarine? When mom or dad cooks cookies, they come off of the cookie sheet pretty well if it's greased. So let's try to grease this cookie sheet and see what it does to the block of wood. Let's try margarine. And we smear the cookie sheet with margarine. Now, with the block of wood here, let's try it. Wow. Let's try it again. It does slide, but not as good as with soap. You could try all kinds of different things to see what's slippery and what is rough in order to learn about friction. The world is a mixture of slippery surfaces and not so slippery surfaces. God has given us a lot of each kind of surface. A sidewalk that is dry provides a not slippery surface, so you can walk without falling down. But in the winter, snow and ice make the sidewalk slippery. If you are careful, sliding on the icy surface is fun. Falling down can be fun if you land on something soft, but that is a gravity lesson for a future vacation Bible school science time.